Hi! Welcome back to my channel. As you could tell by the title of today's video, we're going to be doing a fun Zelda ranking video. Didn't really work for my last one, but hopefully with this one, I manifest an announcement of a new game, so we'll see. But first, to get ourselves in the mood, we obviously have to smoke. I'm not going to be showing this on camera for obvious reasons, so use your imagination. To those participating at home, cheers! Well, now that I'm fried, and hopefully you are too, let's get into what you came here for. Alright, before we get started, I have a couple important points to preface. I am not doing every character. I'm so sorry, but I'm not doing every character. We would be here for ages. So yeah, pick some faves, pick some ones that resonate with me and I have nostalgia and memories for. Pick some that definitely give super can hang or really cannot hang energy, because we gotta have the spectrum, you know? Let me know down below who you would include in your tier list. Even though I'm not including every character, obviously, or even every character from a single game, I still did include a lot, so this might be a long video, so feel free to grab a drink, a snack. Feel free to put this on in the background while you do chores. Okay, now that I've given a couple disclaimers, hopefully you can hang, hopefully your faves can hang. Let's get into it. Starting off, of course, we have to do the main trio. Our lovely twunk Link. I think Link hotboxes you. Hear me out. I know he's quiet, but I feel like once he smokes, I think he'd be a yapper. I think he would sit you down, I think you guys would sesh together, and as he gets more high, he would just like progressively start to talk more and more and become more animated. So yeah, I think he hotboxes you, and I think that'd be really fun. It's like, sometimes smoking with someone can like really reveal a lot about their personality, you know, because it's just them more relaxed. So yeah, I think Link would be a good time. Miss Zelda. I think Zelda is a puff pass. I think Zelda is a puff pass because she is very studious, so I don't think when she smokes she wants to get too high because she wants to be able to like retain the information. She smokes enough to be able to lock in to whatever she's doing, but not enough to like totally just void it out, you know? There's a really good in between, especially when you add in caffeine. Give her an iced latte and give her like a mini joint and she's set. She's set. She will like research the fuck out of your bloodline, honestly. She would look back in Hyrule's history and she would figure it out for y'all. Ganondorf? See, okay. Here's the thing. I think he could smoke. Like, I think he could hang, but I don't... Like, he obviously wouldn't be good to be around. Like, he is very, like, plotting something bad. You know, like, you don't want to be high around him. Especially if you're a femme person. Okay, he can't hang. Ganondorf is a chaser! Yeah. It checks out. Ganondorf is a chaser. And, oh, yeah. Anyways. Okay. Moving on. Navi holds the J too long. Yeah. You know, whereas Link is a good yapper when he's high, Navi is a bad one. Sometimes it really is just like, girl, shut the fuck up. Sometimes I feel that way when I'm smoking, you know? I'll be like talking to someone and I'm like, wait, like I'm doing too much right now. So I think that's her, except she doesn't have the self-awareness. So I kind of somewhat categorized this. I kind of gave up in the middle, if I'm being honest, because this website is a little bit difficult to use. So yeah, I, for some reason, decided to split up the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom characters and everyone else. So yeah, starting with our sadly deceased, R.I.P. to all of them. Baddie Queen Urbosa, I think is your plug. Yeah, I don't know, just something about like baddie women just really do it for me. You know, it just gives you discounts, smokes you out when you pick up. You know, okay, also to go along with the unfortunate Ganondorf chaser, I think Urbosa is a doll. She's just better in my head because of that, so yeah. Daruk, I think holds the J too long. I think he's good energy, but yeah, he just gets really carried away in conversation. Might honestly like sometimes green out, you know? I think sometimes we think these like macho characters can hang, but honestly no. Like the most unassuming people I think are the ones to like kill the bull and be fine, whereas someone who you would expect wouldn't. Okay, Rivali, I think hotboxes you, but I think he's a little shit about it. I think he hotboxes you to get you like super high and then torment you, because he could take it. I feel like he's the one in Rito Village who does like a 2-gram dab before doing archery practice and is totally fine, and then tries to get you to do it, and then you like throw up and he's like ha ha ha. You know, like he's such a little shit, but we do kind of love him. And you know, sometimes we do hang out with people like that every now and again, and they're a time for sure. Oh, Sweet Mifa can't hang. I feel like I don't even really need to elaborate. I think we just get it, you know? Okay, Yunobo also can't hang. No. I think he would get really paranoid and be like really clingy to you and just like not be a good time. So like maybe he would be okay with like a puff or two at home, like before bed. But if you're planning on doing anything, don't include him. Teba, you know, I think kind of similar vibe to Rivali. I think he hotboxes you, but not as bad. I don't think he gets you on the edge like that, but I think he's cool to hang with. Yeah, you share a blunt after flying around together or whatever else. Yeah, he's also like older. Yeah, he has a kid. Oh my god. Yeah, he smokes you out and he like gives you life advice and is like a comforting parental figure. Okay, Riju, I think is a puff pass. So yeah, Riju like just started smoking recently. She doesn't want to like lose control of her powers. Yeah, because like that's her thing. She wants to refine that. So she doesn't want to mess with that, but she likes to hang with the girls, so she'll have a puff and that's it. Sidon, I think, is also a plug. Yeah, oh my gosh. And he has like the best delivery service. Oh my gosh. You message him, he's there in like 5 minutes. You don't have to wait in the parking lot, like thinking that the cops are like canvassing you or thinking that you're canvassing the area or like something like that. You know, you don't have to worry about anything with him. He's timely, he's polite. I don't know if he necessarily does the extras that I usually like to think that plugs do, but he gets it to you on time, and, you know, he's hot, so that helps. That helps a lot too. Okay, Cass. He hotboxes you, and you know what? I usually have an aversion to performances and people who sing, but you know what? He's good. Who the hell do you know plays an accordion? And you know what? He gives. So you can't help but stop and watch. And yeah, he pulls it out after, you know, you guys finish whatever you're smoking. You're fried as hell, and you're locked in. You're locked in. And so is he. Period. Yeah, that definitely healed a little bit of my hatred for characters that sing and perform. So, thank you, Cass. Thank you, Cass. Okay, Koga, I think holds the J too long. He doesn't even hold it in the fact that he, like, keeps hitting it and smoking it. He just lets that shit burn. Paya, I don't think can hang. Yeah, she already feels too much pressure with all of her new obligations with Kakariko Village, so I don't think she can hang. She might have smoked a little bit before, but, you know, she's like, I'm a grown woman. I can't be doing that shit right now. At least not yet. Once she gets a little bit more comfortable, maybe. But even still, I think she's someone who's selective with smoking, and that's okay. Taro, though, I think... It's like, I can't tell if he hotboxes you or if he's your plug. Okay, I'm gonna say he hotboxes you. I think he always has a lot of weed, so you might think he's a plug, but no, that's just how much he smokes, you know? He's like someone who buys an ounce and goes through it in like a week and a half. Like, look at his like buff ass. Like, you know he goes to the gym at least off like 2 bowls, like 2 huge bong hits, you know? So I think he always has weed on him. He always has papers. Yeah, that's his vibe. You know, he also grows his own. And it's actually good. Because he's knowledgeable. He's knowledgeable. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't want to mess it up. He takes care of whoever he smokes with. Yeah. He's really good to be around. I don't think Pura can hang. Only because she's afraid of the incident. Robbie, I think, is your plug. But he gives me like a plug who... Okay, like, he's a researcher, obviously. So he grows his own shit, right? But it might be, like, weird. Like, I don't know what he would do to it, but he would do something to it. And, okay, wait. I'm changing my mind. Yeah. Yona can hang, but she knows her limit. Yeah, these girls know their limit. Yeah, same thing. Like, she is a new queen to this kingdom, or like heir to the throne. Heir to the... I don't know how that works. Yeah, she wants to take her responsibilities on the royal court seriously. So she might smoke with the girlies, but not... Like, she's picky. She wants to smoke with people who know won't, like, spill her shit or like try to be like weird, like sway public opinion about her or anything like that. Like, she doesn't want that. She wants the Zora people to respect her and have as much respect to them. So she doesn't want to taint her public image, which I get, you know. She's like, don't even post that on the close friends. Like, no one can see this shit. Okay, Raru, I think Raru, I feel like he can't hang. Raru can't hang. Sonia hotboxes you. Minoru's your plug. I think that's as much as I'm gonna give for those 3. Okay, I feel like we're like halfway through, right? I don't fucking know. I'm kind of tired. I'm really tired, not gonna lie. If you've made it this far in the video, include in your comment rupee. The 3 goddesses, I think part of me wants to say that they're all plugs, you know, because they created everything. Yeah. So like, they might not necessarily smoke themselves, but I think just from the fact that, you know, everything is because of them, it just only makes sense. I think Agatha hotboxes you, but you have to be in like sort of a specific mood to want to hang out with her, because she loves to show and talk about her special interests. Yeah, if you don't want to see like preserved bugs or anything like that, or even live ones, I'm sure she probably has a lot. You might not want to hang out with her, but I could see going to like a botanical garden really fun with her, and she's like pointing out all of the insects that are like native to the area, or like whatever flora and fauna is around. So yeah, I think she'd be really sweet to be around, but you gotta be in a specific mood. Okay, I think Beetle is a puff pass, because I don't think he needs a lot to get high, but 1 puff and he's a goddamn hoot and a holler. Like, I could see him making the whole group just like cackle the entire night because of whatever like off the wall shit he's saying. Because I feel like he's usually a little bit like high strung. So yeah, this just makes him like so goofy. Okay, we're getting to some silly ones. I had to include like stupid characters because why not? So the Goblin, you know, I think he hotboxes you. You know, it might be weird to hang out with him at first, but I could see you two sharing like a little pipe together and, you know, like some meat over the open flame, or, I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so some vegetables or some shit. Yeah, and I could see him like fucking up some food. But yeah, you don't want to smoke with him often. Think it's kind of like, as I said, a little weird vibe, but it's fun. And, you know, I feel like the monsters are like foragers. I mean, they gotta be, right? So he's always able to find weed. You know, dispensaries close, but nature doesn't. Dark Link, I think Dark Link also hotboxes you, but, you know, he does it in a male manipulator sort of way. So, like, don't hang out with him. Don't hang out with him. But he smokes you out. Epona, I don't think can hang, because she has another drug of choice.
365 party girl. Shall we do a little key? Shall we have a little wine? Wanna go real wild when I'm
Eslo holds the J too long. You know, he's like so sassy. Yeah, no, he's the gay boy who always pushes the read like one step too far. There's some like jokes that are okay and like we know that can be made whatever else, and obviously sometimes pushing the envelope can be a little bit fun depending upon who you're around. But yeah, he's one to like always cut too deep and say something like way too goddamn personal and be like, why is everyone mad at me? Like, what did I say? Okay, this diva Falby, I think is a plug. Yeah, they're a plug, and I don't think they just sell weed either. They got whatever you need, you know? And they also give that they, like, sell at raves, too. Because, like, look at their outfit. Like, come on. That gives very rave energy, but not, like, Coachella rave. They give, like, underground forest raves, but still the ones that are, like, really popular and, like, hundreds of people show up to. So, yeah, they got a crowd. They got a market. They got clientele. And yeah, they have whatever. Okay, Fi, I think is a puff pass. And I think it's really good for her. I think it mellows her out. I might always want to like overanalyze, you know, but this just like calms her down. She doesn't always feel the need to like exposit things that people know in order to like reassure them. It's like, you're a good girl, like we know. So yeah, this is good. Like, she gives me, like, Blinker before the theme park. And she has a great time. I don't know. This shit just really comes to me. Girahim, I think hotboxes you. And they're crazy to be around. Actually, wait. You know, I don't think they hotbox you. They're a plug. Kind of same energy, but as Falvey. They give me, like, Club Kid, like, NYC sort of vibe. You know, I could see Girahim as a DJ, too. Girl, I don't know. Yeah, I could see him being a DJ, and he's, like, selling you shit during his set. I could see it pretty clearly, and I could see him going crazy on the dance floor, too. Like, okay, the Great Deku Tree... I think hotboxes you. Oh my god. The Great Deku Tree is actually a giant, like, dry herb vaporizer. Y'all ever smoke one of those that, like, fills up the bag? That is him, but he fills up the inside of the tree. So he, like, opens his mouth, you walk in, he closes it. Oh my god. It's like literally like a smoke chamber. Yeah, you just get, like, completely fried. And it's almost like, oh my gosh, he's like a local attraction. It's like a rotating line. Wait, I hope he gets, like, paid time off or something. The Great Fairy is your plug. She's your plug, and she packages her stuff with so much care. And whenever she smokes, she always loves to include some rose petals, some lavender, lemongrass, mint. Like, she just includes it all, you know? A very, like, holistic vibe, very much connected to nature. You know, she grows her own too, you know? And that shit is crazy because I'm sure, like, the water from the fairy fountains is, like, enriched with, like, minerals. So yeah, it just, like, makes you, like, extra euphoric. And, you know, her weed, like, smells really good too. No skunky, no gassy, very floral, pleasant. Honestly, transition goals too, like, especially the Hyrule Warriors one. Okay, Gru's. I think Gru's hotboxes you. I think he's the one. You guys smoke together, like, late at night. You do a Wawa run at, like, 2, 3 in the morning. Yeah, he kind of gives me, like, degenerate behavior. He also, like, shotguns, like, a White Claw in the parking lot. Wait, can he shotgun seltzers? I don't know. He shotguns something. Oh, he crushes a buzzball. That's what he does. He crushes a buzzball and then, like, kills a bowl. That's his vibe. And then does a backflip. Yep. Yep. So he's really cool to be around. He's the one who's, like, everyone is filming when, you know, you guys are all hanging out together. Oh, You know what I could see him doing? I could see him doing this. I hope I put in that video of like that dude at that house party who's doing like a bunch of like back layout flips from one leg. He literally does like 3 back layouts into a twist. The Happy Mask Salesman is a plug, but he's one you're really suspicious of. He's a plug who everyone in town knows, so it's kind of like, how are you not in prison yet? He also is the plug who randomly will post that he's on vacation in like Aruba or something like that. And you're like, okay, I guess that's where my $80 went to. But yeah, something about him like makes you uneasy. He might be like courteous, but yeah, he has like really manic energy. So sometimes he's chill, but sometimes he's super on edge. So you're like, oh, what am I gonna get today? Like, and then he might like go into a tangent depending upon his mood about something that pissed him off. You know, he might be like a little conspiratorial too. I can see that, honestly. So yeah, you only buy from him when everyone else either won't hit you up or doesn't have anything. I think Hestu hotboxes you. I think he hotboxes you and he takes such good care of you. He always has like an overabundance of blankets. He has a bunch of snacks you could choose from. You guys watch a movie together. I feel like he would want to like spoon you too. And like not even in a weird way, you know? He's just like so comforting to be around and just genuinely wants to take care of the people he's around. So yeah, I could just see him being so sweet and kind. Okay, more fun side characters. Again, I apologize if I did not include your favorite. I really encourage you all to let me know who you would include in your tier list or what your rankings would be. Okay, Miss Hilda, I think is a plug. You know, she does it like super low key. Obviously, she's like a princess of a kingdom. I feel like she does it as like an alter ego. I could see her like only doing it at night, wearing some sort of like, oh, I could see her in like some sort of Catwoman suit for some reason. Like slinking around Hyrule, like delivering to people. Yeah, she does it under like a pseudonym too. And she like pretends that she's just the delivery person. She's gotta be low key about it. Like, yeah, she's a princess. She has like a lot taken care of for her, but she wants to have her own stuff going on too, you know? I respect the hustle. Impa, if we're being honest, I feel like it depends on the iteration we're talking about. But for this case scenario, Baddie Skyward Sword Impa hotboxes you. I think she's one to like take some edibles before her like kickboxing session. Or like before her run, she puts on her headphones, takes like 20 milligrams, goes on a run around Hyrule, thinking about like, yeah, she goes on a run thinking about protecting Zelda. Okay, Lineback, I think is a plug. Because like, look at him. You know, sailing around the high seas. Oh, you know, he's not just a plug, but he's also like crossed all the time too. Cause, yeah, he's a sailor, so of course he's drunk. But he also like always has a pipe in his mouth too. He's always like chiefing on something, you know. Little Makar can't hang. Like, no. Same thing with Malin. No. Medley, I think holds the J too long. Yeah. Okay, Midna hotboxes you. Like, you guys smoke together, and she tells you all the tea. And I think she's a really good friend to have around, because I think she's one to be able to, like, call you out on whatever sort of like problematic behavior, or if you're in like a bad relationship, or help encourage you with like work stuff. Like, I just think she is a girl's girl. I think she might, like, her delivery might come across a little like, girl, like, you need to work on that. But at the end of the day, we love her, and, you know, she speaks facts. She's also like a gorgeous baddie, so yeah, just by that, like, we love to be around her. We love to surround ourselves with fellow baddies. Okay, Mr. Postman.
Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
I think is a puff pass. I could see him doing like a 5 a.m. hero dose dab and then running around Hyrule for the rest of the day delivering mail to people, just completely fried. Ravio, I think hotboxes you, but I feel like you might want to be careful when you hang out with him. Not because he like is ill-intentioned in any way, but I think he is sort of like ADHD and gets like distracted very easily. So I think like especially if you are like going out with him and doing something, you always have to monitor him, because if not, you won't be able to find him. He ends up with like a different group of people and like kind of loses the plot of the night a little bit. But I guess that kind of keeps things interesting. Skull Kid though, can't hang. No. Like, I don't know what would happen, but I don't think it would be good. So we don't surround ourselves with him. We don't let that option present itself. We don't even think about the two things in the same thought. Moving on. Tetra. Hotboxes you. This girl is a wake and bake diva. Yeah, oh, she gets like blasted and then lays out on the deck. She's like, are we there yet? You're like, no. She's like, okay. This one's kind of hard for me. I feel like Tingle either cannot hang or is your plug. Yeah. Vati holds the J too long. I think, yeah, something about these like villainous characters who feel the need to like over exposit themselves. They can't hang. No. We don't invite them to the sesh. Valoo hotboxes you. Like, look at him. Could you imagine the hits that he takes? And you don't even need a lighter. He opens his damn mouth and you're good. And you know what? He probably has to smoke like something huge. So like, even half a hit from whatever he's on, you just get contact high from him and you're good. Final two. And you know what? I think I'm gonna rank them together. Because both of them have like unhinged sort of energy and would lose it if they smoked. So Yuga and Zant cannot hang. Okay. Final ranking. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this ranking. Again, let me know who you would include in yours. I have so much love for the Zelda series, so this was a lot of fun to do. Let me know what franchise you'd want me to do next. I'm thinking of sticking to Nintendo, at least just for my next one. Yeah, so let me know. I already have one in mind, so I'm leaving a little clue of music here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, night, week whenever you're watching this, and I see you in the next one. Bye.